Lunch with Leah, episode 230.
Hi, everybody. I always worry that I don't have enough to talk about, and then I come in here, I got 2 hours nonstop without a breath. Today I'm dragging, so I have to have my coffee in my I hate when I wake up in the morning and Donald Trump is president cup. Don't tune out, I'll change the subject. So what's going on? Well, I was in LA recently, and my plane, of course, had to be 3 hours late. So I got in late at night, and then I had to get up early the next morning because I'm renovating the kitchen, and I'm doing some things with Jeff Lewis. Tune in this season. You'll be surprised. I think things have taken a little twist there. And then I did his radio show on Friday at 8 in the morning. That's like, oh my God, I have to almost stay up all night to make that one. You can catch it on demand. Jeff Lewis Live with Leah Black. I've been on there a few times. I think I'm going to be on there a lot this summer. And then we did some filming. I think you're going to literally be shocked how it all turned out. And so that's what happened in LA. I saw Ronnie and Brendon. And other than that, I didn't really see anybody because I was so busy working. Now Jeff's asking me, what is my thought? I'll have to tell you later, Jeff. He just texted me. So then, my house under construction. RJ has a recital this weekend, the LA house. RJ has a recital this weekend in the University of Miami for his piano. So he's going to be amazing at 1 o'clock this weekend. I don't want to say the day. I shouldn't have said that. And school's going to be out in 2 more weeks. Yay! I feel like when school is out, I have lipstick on my teeth. I feel like when school is out, thank God I have my fabulous Leah Black mirror. I feel like when school is out, I'm out. Juggling the tutors, the SAT, the ACT, the college entrance stuff you have to get through. It's kind of due, some of it now, even though he graduates in a year. And his attitude of, Mom, I have senioritis when he's only a junior, meaning I'm tired of school and burnt out. It's a lot. I don't know how these parents with 2 or 3 kids do it, especially like a single mom or if you're on a real tight budget. It's a lot, ladies. I feel for you. Don't ever let anyone tell you that that if you're working at home, you're not working. You're working. I got to train RJ on how to do laundry. I said, RJ, you've got to learn how to do laundry this summer before you go to college. He goes, Mom, you don't know much. There's a thing called fluff and fold. Can you believe that? Really, RJ? Really? Okay. Yeah. Get up, go to fluff and fold. Who's going to pay for that? And we're going to tour some schools this summer. And I just found out, oh my God, how exciting. You know, I love Watch What Crappens, that podcast, and I love the guys behind it, Ronnie and Ben. They're so funny. And Ronnie's really a close personal friend. He's the one I always see when I'm in LA. He's super, super talented. He's a fellow Texan. They're going to be in Montreal at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival on July 27th. They're performing at 5 p.m. And for more information, you can go to hahaha.com, Watch What Crappens Live podcast. But listen who all's going to be there. Kevin Hart, Trevor Noah, all the bigs are going to be there. Yeah, so good for you, Ronnie and Ben. No, I'm not talking to you. Okay, there, now. Oh, speaking of kids, yes you are. Speaking of kids, listen to this. I found that, I just read stuff all the time. I could just read my life away and never get out of bed. 5 things your kids remember about you. I think this is really important if you're a parent. And if you're not a parent yet, you will be. Or if you're a kid, think about too. Look, you're going to think about these things when you think about your parents down the road. Number 1, times you made them feel safe, protected them, whatever. Times you gave them undivided attention. Well, we know they like that. How you interacted with your spouse. So they observe that. That's why they say the cycle doesn't break. Mm-hmm. Like I guess if the husband whacked the wife, that the kid picks that up and that's a role model for them. Yeah. So in my house, it'd be Roy studying his files all the time and me being addicted to the political news. WRJ will be. Words of affirmation and words of criticism. So always try to affirm more than you criticize. And family traditions. Things you do like, that's hard at my house. Everything's so damn random. So what tradition? Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Buy a turkey. Oh my God. So let's go. Shall we go to celebrity news and the royalty, or should we go to the Housewives? What should we go to? Oh, I think I'll go to this in political news really fast because I think it's just hilarious. It's not anything specific to Trump. James brought this in today. Look at this. This is what these guys are doing in Hawaii. In the middle of what is it called? The volcano eruption. They're playing golf. And you know what it makes me think of? If there's a nuclear holocaust, Trump's going to be out on the golf course playing golf. I mean, I can't even believe it. All right, so the news broke in Housewives yesterday in Atlanta that Phaedra Parks will be rejoining the cast. Ooh. I'm happy to hear that. She deserves a second chance. She's got those 2 kids she's raising on her own. She's contributed over the years to the show, and good for her. And apparently Candy's no longer blocking her. I don't believe that it was Candy blocking her. I don't think anybody has that much power on these shows. They always pretend they do and like to think they do, but they really don't. It's a group decision by the execs and the producers at Bravo. But anyway, and she's staying in tip-top shape. That's true. She's been working out. She looks like a girl bodybuilder. And she's been modeling, you know, and so she looks pretty. She's always been pretty. She came under fire last year after admitting she spread inflammatory accusation rumor about her co-star Candy and her husband Todd planning on drugging someone, their mutual friend, in order to take advantage of them sexually, which wasn't true. But Portia, yeah. But by the way, Portia spread the rumor too, and she didn't get any punishment. So that was what was off about that for me. And then, you know, she did apologize for it, and she said she's apologized and apologized. But, you know, it's so funny, these girls. I don't know what it is. They get on these shows, and instead of just being authentic and letting things roll, that's what I like about Jeff Lewis's flipping out. They just roll the cameras, and you're just doing what you're doing. They don't contrive anything. They don't plan anything. They don't plot anything. They're, you know, so just be yourself and don't plot and contrive and plan. And I think the shows that do that are much better. They're more organic, they're more fun, they're more authentic. Real Housewives of Orange County, Dawn Ward's daughter Taylor shows her incredible bikini body. That's not RHOC, that's Chelsea. Remember Dawn came here. She came here where her daughter's been obviously in Dubai showing off that hot little body of hers. And Luann de Seps claimed that she slipped drugs the night that she was arrested for assaulting the cop while drunk. Well, that's a new defense we haven't heard before. So now she was slipped drugs on that night. Well, they're going to have to go back and look at the videos in the bar. And who was she in any room with? And that's a very interesting defense. I will keep my mouth shut about it, because Roy helped her find a lawyer.
But that guy that she was with, she knew from a past...
Right, she had met him before. This was her second one-night stand with him. No, I'm kidding. Oh, my God. So that's really strange. That's allegedly a defense. Dorinda took to Twitter to aggressively... tweet Countess. I don't know why she's still the Countess. She's been married. She's not the Countess anymore. Dear Luann, are we to take advice from a pal who got so wasted that she punched her then husband in the middle of a restaurant, followed by assaulting a law enforcement officer, then jail? You almost gotta love the complete lack of self-awareness. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know. I guess, because Luann was giving advice about, I guess, some relation. About her marriage and her drinking. Yeah.
You know, they had the thing with Bethany last week with
the drinking,
and then once that episode aired, they went to social media and Luann was giving her advice, and she came back and said,
"Oh, you need to take advice from you?" Then Carol slaps back. Ouch! My friend claps back at Luann's advice, giving RHONY blog. She says, "Cinderella had her glass slipper, and the Countess has her glass house." Carol is very clever. She's a good writer. I love listening to her little stories and her writings and so on. Anyway, and then it's blah, blah, blah. It's always, someone says, it's always funny watching one idiot talk to herself as two different housewives, indicating that they have multiple accounts and that they're doing stuff. What is this fake news? What are they, Russia? They got a Russia intervention over there? And then that dinner that Dorinda had here in Miami with Michael Capone, and she went off the rails. Well, I am going to advocate for Michael Capone right now. Michael Capone, back 15 years ago, has started this organization called Global Empowerment. And he has shipped literally literally 20, 30 million pounds of items to Haiti and all the Caribbean islands that were devastated throughout storms and things over the years. And when the Puerto Rico hurricane came, they were one of the first ones to be shipping cargo amounts of things to Puerto Rico, and he's the one that coordinated all those ships, those cargo ships, and we've been sending them tents for how many months now to send down to Puerto Rico when people didn't have homes. He's the real deal. Yeah. So he's sitting there after spending 15 years of his life spending thousands of loads of things to Haiti when no one was interested in Haiti. I remember him coming to my house talking about Haiti, and I was like, Michael, this isn't on anybody's radar. I can't believe you took this on. And we've helped him over the years, and he's just the real deal. And for Dorinda to sit there and belittle him like she knew more than he did about Haiti and Puerto Rico, I was just so out of line. However, she was drunk, she was drunk. It was very cringeworthy. And Bethany did call her out on it, saying, you're drunk. And she is. But I just can't tell you enough about how much Michael Capone's done 100 times more than everyone else combined when it comes to Haiti and Puerto Rico. There's just no question.
Well, the viewers are agreeing somewhat. They say that Rosalinda Rendez said, poor Dorinda, I love her, but she doesn't seem to drink a lot. Margaret Skeloff said that was a good one from Carol. And Rosa said Carol's the bomb. She thinks that Bethany handled it all very well. They said also, thank you for taking time to tell us about this incredible man. So,
what man?
About Michael.
Oh, Michael. Oh, no, he's incredible. And, good for Bethany for stumbling onto him, because she could never pull all that without him bringing in the trucks and the boats and the shipping and the receiving and the thousands and thousands of pounds of stuff. And she played a small part in it, but really, believe me, he is the one that has been on top of that for 15 years.
She got all the FaceTime for it, but he really was...
He did the work, yeah. Well, she did a lot, but you know what? I think he wanted to let her take some of that credit because it brought attention to his cause. Absolutely. And that's really all it's about for him. It's all about it. It was good for both of them. They both, yeah. It was good for the community too, We did our little part with the tents. Oh, well. And then back to, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is wrapped up, so I was going to give you my little Reader's Digest, unsolicited opinion.
Outtakes.
Oh, I didn't see that. I can barely keep up with it. Lisa Vanderpump, I think she came out okay this season. She predictably played it safe, and she always looks glamorous, but she didn't get down in the gutter and stir up any gossip this year, So there. Erica showed that there's a side of her that people don't like. On the other hand, I think she's very authentic. She's to the point. She sees things clearer than most people. She doesn't attach a bunch of stories to every conclusion she draws. That's just her conclusion. And she stood her ground, and she brings a tremendous amount to the show. And she looks incredible every time she shows up. Some of the costumes go a little too far. But anyway, Kyle delivered again. You know, she at the reunion, she started crying her heart out about her sisters and everything. But she's kind of predictably playing it a little safe too. She delved in a little more than Lisa, but they've been around a long time and they've kind of let some of the other girls take the punches. Lisa Rinna, she was just eating popcorn, enjoying the season. I think she's just like, you know what? They came at me last year. This year, I'm just going to watch them fight it out and just sit there and eat the popcorn and drink the champagne and laugh about it. I don't know.
She almost slipped up in one of the outtake scenes.
Oh, she did?
Because they even said, "You think Lorena stayed out of the fray this year?"
Yeah, she did.
Look at this lunch that happened at Camille's house, and then they showed that, and she was going after Lisa.
Well, Dorette is the one that really brought most of the drama this year. She really did.
Yeah.
And because of that, you know, you bring the drama and you drive the ratings up and you be who you really are and you make a fool of yourself. And then, of course, you're the one the audience doesn't like. But the cast should really thank her and appreciate her, because had she not have brought all that conflict, there wouldn't have really been much to watch other than beauty and glamour. Then Teddy should be sending Erica Jane flowers and champagne, because Teddy would have been like the potted plant with a smile on her face. But because Erica attacked her, it gave her a platform to fight back, and people got to see who she is and how she reacts to things. So, that's my read on the whole season. I always love that show. I think it's fun. I don't think you have to get mean and nasty and fight and pull hair and flip tables and pull wigs in order to be entertaining. I think just being fabulous and glamorous with the backdrop of Beverly Hills, and the producers do a great job. That's enough for me. I enjoyed it. To RHOC. No, Kelly Dodd is now close with Shannon Medora. Shannon is close with Jeff. So Kelly goes on Jeff's radio show and breaks her Bravo contract by giving away storylines on the upcoming season. And now everyone's mad. And then somebody, when they were calling in, they were saying, "You just keep spilling that tea. We're loving it." And the whole audience jumped behind Jeff. Yeah. They were like, "Don't censor Jeff. No. You let Jeff be Jeff. We want to hear the backstory, But I was trying to help him.
Too. They're like tagging Bravo and telling them that's not the right thing.
That's not the right thing. I was trying to help Jeff. Go back and listen on demand to Jeff Lewis' show. I was trying to help him. I kept saying, "Jeff, maybe you don't want to talk about all that right now." But he just kept going. Anyway, and Kelly says, "I didn't give away any storylines. Vicky had her boyfriend go to page 6 and they gave up the whole thing." And then, anyway, she says, "But I get punished." Oh my gosh, whatever. What?
And the fining and all that stuff. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's so crazy.
It's crazy. Well, here's how I think about that. I don't necessarily always agree with it, but if you sign a contract and you make an agreement not to do certain things and you do them, then there are consequences. Yeah. Now, I don't really think she meant to break the contract, and I don't really think she did. Most of it was already out in the public, but the fact that she had agreed not to have a reaction to it and let the reaction show on the show, in Bravo's mind, she did break the contract, and they probably want to make an example out of it,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That they've probably been a little lax up to this point.
So she's going to fall on a sword. I told Jeff he should call and take responsibility and try to get her off the hook, so she shouldn't have to pay the fine. But she learned her lesson. I love Kelly. Kelly, to me, she's just full of personality. She's perfect for the show. Yep. Lalique is reporting that the Housewives of Melbourne are going to be added to the U.S. summer lineup. I've never watched that before.
Yes, really.
I won't be watching.
So
it's good?
Good. It's my favorite.
I can't even believe it.
Yeah, so they've shown it like the first 2 seasons,
I've
and
never
then they
watched
held
it.
up the 3rd season because the women went to the exact same vacation trip in Dubai that the Beverly Hills women did.
Oh my God!
It's very similar to that group.
Hold on. This is my important call. It's Obama calling me now. Hey, can I call you in about 20 minutes? Okay, tell me. Yeah. No, but what is it? How long are you going to be in the meeting? Oh, he's going to call me back. This is, our big deal that's cooking for 2 years. I dance for my dinner, people. I don't have an easy life of champagne and caviar.
It was important.
I dance for my dinner, and that was one of my dinners. Okay, Bear, where was I? Oh, Danielle Staubs is getting married. Oh, back to that Shelter thing. I've never watched it. Melbourne. That's in Australia, that one. I've got to watch that. I love that.
It's usually on Saturday at noon.
Well, who's going to watch that? Yeah, well, they got to put it on at a decent time. Well, I like that Helvetica that goes on the radio with Andy and talks about the news from Australia. He's like my favorite. I love him. He's hilarious. Danielle Staub, listen to her wedding gifts. A Versace bread and butter plate for $200. You would like that.
Those are mine.
Right. James is a Versace nut. Hermes charger tray for $705. Wow. You know, you can't get anything. It's ridiculous. Cristofel espresso, 5-spoon, $390, a little espresso thing, which was pretty, a little silver Cristofel. Remember Cristofel flew in all that silver from France for our big, huge $30,000 party that we filmed at the Housewives, and they didn't even put it in. Remember that?
Oh my God.
When Frederick got on his knees and professed his undying love to his current wife, pretending to ask her to get married, and they didn't even put the whole thing in. Foreign Saudi umbrella, I'm going to be like Kelly Dodd and spill all the beans. Umbrella stand for $1,465. She must have had some pretty damn impressive guests there to pay. I never buy $1,500 wedding gift for anybody.
Well, what I'm wondering is like, where is she going to be living? Because they went to her house and the kitchen was about as size as my first studio apartment. So I'm like, where are you going to?
Maybe they're. Well, then you know they're going to live. Oh yeah, where are they going to put all that? You know they're going to live in New Jersey. Yeah. Listen, they'll probably put on eBay in about a year. No. A pair of Baccarat glasses for $590. Do you know I have 30 of each of the Baccarat short, medium, champagne, water? I've probably got 200 of these glasses. I had no idea they were worth $250 a glass. Yep. I had no idea. I should put them. I should save them. I mean, unbelievable. I can't. I bought them so many years ago when they were affordable and people gave them as gifts. Something for, I don't know what it is, a Mackenzie Child's owl tassel for $98. Now that's an appropriate wedding gift. That's something I probably would have given. Jonathan Adler, like a sculpture, it was $398. And an Hermes leopard vase. Would you believe, what's his name gave me that same vase? Engin. I have that vase. I didn't have any idea. It's $3,625. My house is a museum.
It is a museum.
Between the Baccarat and the crystal, and then a Lalique elephant, $550. I didn't even know you could get anything for Lalique at $500. It must be small.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah, it must be very tiny, but it's lovely. I like Lalique. Yeah, I mean, I got so much love. I can't. Oh, back to RHOB. I forgot this one. Carlton Gebbia's house is up for sale for $22 million in the 90210 Beverly Hills zip code. The palatial Gothic-themed mansion is on 75,000 square feet of Beverly Ridge Terrace in Beverly Hills, which means it's probably in the flatland and doesn't have a view. Otherwise, it'd be way more than that. But remember that Gothic-style house from Carlton. Mm-hmm. You know, people didn't really like her. I liked her. She didn't bother me.
Was she the Wiccan? She was the Wiccan, I think.
And Project Runway is coming back to Bravo, and they seem to be very happy about it.
Yes.
The one that got away is coming back. And celebrity gossip. Well, let's just point out our friend Brendon from E! is there. Yeah. Ross Matthews is there covering it from the E! red carpet. I love Ross Matthews so much. He is so hilarious. And I was reading about these former dresses. Listen to this. When Princess Elizabeth and Philip Mountbatten, Duke of Edinburgh, got married in 1947, her bridal bouquet went missing on the wedding. The floral arrangement disappeared after the ceremony, leaving the future queen empty-handed for the wedding photos to come. Somebody stole the damn bouquet.
Is it like the
I mean, what do they do with it?
It's crazy.
But what is
Brady's jersey after the Super Bowl.
But what is anybody going to do with it? You can't show it to anybody because everybody will know you stole it. Can't sell it as dry the roses. The dress still captivates Diana, Princess of Wales, in her now iconic wedding dress, complete with a stunning 25-foot rein. Now, to be honest with you, that dress was appropriate for her because she was the little innocent virgin and it had all the little puffs on it. But the dress, I didn't fall in love with, Diana's dress. It was real puffy. It was kind of puffy and I don't know, whatever. Princess Diana and Prince Charles in full naval dress commander uniform. That he wore his Navy uniform, and that was in July 29th of 1981. Wow, 20 years more. Oh my God, I can't. Sarah Ferguson dressed in an ivory silk wedding gown, and Prince Andrew in his ceremonial attire of his Navy lieutenant in 1986. She was like a cheerleader too. She didn't have a lot of style and class and fabulousness yet. Even though she's lovely, I'm sure. Yeah. Prince Charles and Camilla Bowles got married in 2005. I mean, why don't they just put one of those potato sacks? Prince Harry and Prince William, their father's wedding. And I remember how they dressed. They looked so pretty, and they were sitting there, and that was just like, I can't believe they've got to watch him marry Camilla. Yeah. I can't. And then Kate's wedding, her dress was gorgeous. I thought hers was the best of all. And her sister's dress was the best of all. Those were showstoppers. Yeah, I agree. Those were showstoppers. I wonder who wore, and then it says her sister Pippa Middleton wore the 9-foot skirt and it didn't come close to, I wonder who made that dress for her. Made which one?
Well, the bride was Alexander.
Oh, for Pippa?
Yeah, for Pippa,
and the bridesmaid was probably Alexander McQueen. Oh my God, those are the prettiest dresses I think I've ever seen. Oh my God, now apparently Markle's dress is going to be $26 million. How can it possibly be?
It's not right. It's $250,000.
Oh, $250,000. The wedding's going to cost $26 million, and the dress is $250,000. I still think that's a lot of money for a dress. I mean, I guess they're going to put it in a museum or an archive or something. It's by a London, house. But I just think that's so much money for a dress. I mean, what could you? There's a London house over there. They were kind of keeping it quiet until the big reveal. But anyway, I just thought. Now, listen how the Queen and the British family have their money. Their estimated fortune of the Queen and her husband Prince is 360 million euros or 470 million dollars. Wow. That's not a lot by today's standards. And there are 320 British people that are richer. Now, I don't know if I'm sure that does include all their paintings. I don't know, though. I don't know how it could. Because they've got artwork that's worth 20, 30, 40, 50, 80 million dollars. Couldn't include that. All the jewels. So that may be just what their value is, excluding their assets, which really don't belong to them. They belong to the royal, the royal family forever. Anyway, so that they don't have as much income as I thought. The husband only gets $488,000 a year to make all those appearances, but I guess he retired. Maybe he's not getting that anymore. I don't know.
We've got comments and questions coming in.
Okay.
First of all, Taylor says hello from 29 Palms, California. And William Hughes says, Leah, you look stunning today. He's watching you from Atlantic City in New Jersey. He says he loves watching you. You're the best. Something I have to agree with you. I just look fabulous. Margaret Skyloft says she loves Ross as well. She thinks he's wonderful. And they're all wishing you luck with the phone call.
Oh, I got to make that phone call happen. Call me back. He's going into a meeting right now.
Sarah Gaynor says both of the dresses are beautiful. And do you think the marriage will last? She thinks not.
Oh, no, I think the marriage will last. I think they're really in love with each other.
And William Hughes says, do you still have your house on Star Island?
I do. So Meghan and the father, there's a big controversy. Apparently he was doing some paparazzi shoots, got reprimanded for it. She sends him a text and says she forgives him, she understands him, and she doesn't care. Then he wasn't going to come to the wedding, and then now they're saying he had a heart attack, so that he's not coming. And then he said he was well enough to come. And then so the question is, if he doesn't come, who's going to walk her down the aisle? Because we know that trashy brother of hers is out making a fool of himself. Well, so I don't know.
This morning, he apparently is having the surgery.
The father?
Yeah, and they're still saying it's up in the air. He
So I don't
said
know
he
if
would
he's
like to
coming.
come.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of an awkward moment for her because who is going to walk her down the aisle? I mean, I would never let that trashy brother of mine go anywhere near the church. Her mother could walk her down the aisle, but, you know, that's going to stir up a shitload.
The Queen's walked people down.
You're missing the point. The mother's black.
Okay.
There is a huge uproar about the royalty marrying black. It's been everywhere. She's had death threats. It's been the biggest controversy here ever. So now the mother walking her down the aisle is just going to stir that up and be a reminder of it. So that's why I'm saying it's very awkward for her, and I feel really sorry for her. I think the mother and father should be able to walk her down the aisle, and who cares what anybody thinks. But they're not taking it that way over there. She's had death threats. They had to put out a public statement. They've been, you know, I can't believe he's marrying somebody that's half black. I mean, it's been a big deal. So that puts the mother in an awkward position, and the father's now had the heart attack, and the brother's a trashy piece of shit. So there they go. You see, that's the problem. No, see, and you know, that's not fair to her because everybody's got a crazy aunt in the basement. She's just got 3 or 4. That's all. You know, no, baby, no. So that's the story. So I kind of feel really sorry for her now. And someone tweeted, Randy Haas on Twitter tweeted, I can't help but wonder if it crossed anyone's mind that perhaps Meghan Markle's dad, this is before all this recent came out, colluding with the paparazzi was out of desperation. He had no plane ticket, and I'm wondering and going to assume that he had nothing to wear. I actually feel sorry for him. Well, you know they're going to provide him a plane ticket and something to wear, but the point is that's the whole conversation in the background about this poor girl's wedding day, and I think it's horrible. You know, it's just horrible. Just shut up. No.
Are you going to watch it? It's 5 a.m.
No, I won't get up at 5 a.m. I'll watch the highlights.
5 a.m. Sunday.
No, I'm not watching it. I will not be watching it. Say hi, and then you're going to say bye shortly. Margo Kidder from Superman actress dies at age 69, and they never really said why, but that's a young age to die. You remember her from Superman, Margo Kidder? Yeah, we liked her. Oh my God, listen to this. I'm going to give you one little thing of politics, and I won't go on. Time magazine says the Palestinian boys observe a protest along the Gaza-Israel border on May 14th. At least 55 Palestinians were killed by Israeli troops by nightfall, according to the local health ministry. Additional 2,700 people were injured. The Israeli army said that 35,000 residents of Gaza amassed at various points along the border, many of them pushing to break through. And in the protest, it's called the March of Return, and the protest of them moving the embassy to Jerusalem. Now, I don't care who did what by when. They were snipers. There were snipers. And I just don't think that they should have sniped, and they shot babies. An 8-month-old died from the tear gas. They shot children. I'm sorry, there had to be another way. What about those guns where they used to sedate people? What about, there had to be another way other than killing that many people. It made me sick to my stomach. Anyway, that's what happened with Israel. You know, Trump, wonder what the payoff is for him. He's getting something out of them moving that embassy. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it'll come out.
His big North Korea thing is about to fall apart too.
That may fall apart, and he's just a
and
big
then everyone can say, we
clusterfuck.
told you so, because Kim Jong-un's done this twice before.
Yeah, but everybody knew that Kim Jong-un doesn't always keep his word. Everybody but Trump knew that. And you never take a victory lap before the victory. And you should always put out write that one down. And then you should also put under, lower expectations. And then people are happy. You don't just put out what the best that's going to happen. You put your lower expectations down. So he was out bragging about a Nobel Peace Prize when nothing's even happened yet, and taking a victory lap and acting like, well, I wouldn't say that, but everyone else is. You know how he goes. Everyone's saying. All the people are saying. Yeah, all right. They're all saying. The big Senate released a bunch of testimony today from Donald Trump Jr., and it's just filled with laughable.
Yeah.
It doesn't even pass the laugh test. One of the questions was your father, did you ever hear your father talk about how unhappy he was about the Mueller investigation? He goes, no. He talks about it all day, every every day. I mean, I could go on. A caged tiger in Florida high school prom caused an uproar. Can you believe this? What is this? I don't understand. Yeah, after the horse in the nightclub, someone takes a caged tiger to a high school prom. Only in Florida. Only in Florida. A Picasso worth $70 million was damaged before the Christie's auction. This is it right here. This is worth $70 million. I would rather just frame this and save my money.
I agree. I wouldn't even frame that.
How could you tell it was damaged?
Oh, it had a little tiny... Yeah, the damage was in, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it had a little nick. And you know, Steve Wynn had that happen to him once before, where he damaged a big, huge $81 million piece of thing. A lot. Oh my God. Coming in, California homes are going to be mandated to have solar panels in year 2020. This is what I love about California. They're so progressive. Speaking of that painting, Rockefeller auctioned an $85 million Picasso at Christie's this recently, and guess what? That Picasso was hanging in his stairwell. When you have that much money that you can have an $85 million painting hanging in your stairwell, why is everyone selling art? You know, it's kind of worry. Steve Wynn's selling his art and Rockefellers are selling their art. I mean, is there something coming in the economy that we don't know about? Is the Holocaust, I mean, is the end coming? There's something going on with that. Yeah. And then this is, well, let's see. I'll go with that later. Oh, cities where Americans get the drunkest. I cannot believe that Miami is not on this list.
New Orleans has to be.
Number 10, La Crosse, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Wausau, Wisconsin. Number 9. Number 8, Grand Forks, Minnesota. Number 7, Missoula, Montana. Number 6, Oshkosh, Neha, Wisconsin. No wonder they named these towns like this. They were drunk when they named them. They were drunk when they wrote them down. Oh, are you kidding me? These are the names. Wausau, you know, Missoula, Oshkosh. I mean, really? Number 5, Fargo, North Dakota, Fargo, Minnesota. Fargo. Madison, Wisconsin, number 4. Appleton, Wisconsin. No wonder they elected that idiot up there. What's his name, that governor? Appleton, Wisconsin. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. The top 10 cities of the drunks. No wonder they put that guy in office up there. I can't think of his name right now, but I cannot stand him. And they're drunk in Wisconsin. What's going on in Wisconsin? They got so drunk they couldn't even name the names of the cities right.
No, Alaska, they're usually the top runner.
Well, I'm shocked Miami didn't make the list, or Vegas. TMZ's reporting that marijuana is the next big health trend. Apparently, if you get raw marijuana, it doesn't have any hallucinogenics in it. And you can make yourself a green smoothie, and apparently in California, see why I love California? They're so progressive. So they're putting, it has calcium, iron, vitamin K, fiber, antioxidants. It's a superfood, and it has cannabinoids in it, something we're going to have soon in our product. And it's good for your pain and inflammation and nausea, and it prevents health issues. Oh my God. So, I mean, this is going to be the new wave. Raw marijuana. Health drinks, smoothies. Can you imagine they're going to be lined up in Venice Beach drinking that smoothie, smoking a joint? They'll be having their smoothies with their joints. Oh, save that. Oh, we're out of time.
We're all saying yes.
Yeah.
Just THC, please.
Yeah, they've taken the THC out. Don't forget to go to radio, on demand at Radio Andy. And what?
Your PBS.
My PBS? Where?
The movie.
Oh, I forgot about the movie. Last night, guess where we went? Oh, it's on tonight on PBS. But guess where we went last night? We went to the premiere of a PBS movie called Political Animals. It's a documentary about the story over the last, he just wants down, 15 years. Oh, okay. The last 15 years of There was a movement in Miami where a group of activists got together and concluded that it cost $300 to euthanize a dog, and there's hundreds of thousands of dogs on the street, and for $30 to $50 that they could actually go in local areas and they could neuter and spade them. And it was all on board and everybody was great, and they agreed to raise $18 a year for homeowners. $18 a year. That's $1.50 a month for the homeowners in Miami agreed and voted 64% that they wanted to do this. And that stupid commission and that stupid mayor, Carlos, got involved in the action and shut it down. Yep. So this guy made this incredible movie about it last night. He's got several Emmys. What's his name? I forget his name off the top of my head. What is it?
I forget.
Anyway, it's called Political Animals. It's going to be tonight on PBS at 8 o'clock. Is that what time it's going to be on?
It'll be on nationwide on PBS. And
it was so good. And oh my God, we ran into our favorite local superstar, Richard J. Alexander. I always say Richard Alexander. Richard J. Alexander, who's a producer of so much fabulous Broadway music, and he was a. Did you know he was telling us he danced in Saturday Night Live? He was a dancer. Yeah, Saturday Night Fever. And then he also produces Streisand's albums. He's just incredible. We ran into him. We ran into Dave Lawrence from the Herald. We ran into Donna Shalala. We ran into Philip Levine was there. It was quite a sterling event. But the highlight of the film really was my part, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I did get an applause when it came on. Knowing what I know now, I would have gone off. I mean, I'm glad I didn't know everything.
You did well.
I said enough, probably.
I don't think anybody knows, like just in Miami-Dade County, that they're euthanizing 20,000 dogs a year. That's 60 a day.
It's ridiculous.
Healthy animals.
It's terrible.
Are being euthanized.
I can't. And the guy was telling the story about he insisted, one of the main activists, in going in to watch one of them be euthanized, just so he would get it. And he goes, the worst part is the little dog runs up thinking he's going to take him home, and they put him down. And it's so much cheaper to spade and neuter, and it solves the problem permanently. And that Carlos Jimenez, that mayor, really, him and the commission shut it down, and the Veterinarian Association, and it's all about money for them. Yeah. And then they turned it around and tried to accuse it being about money for everyone else, and everyone else was completely volunteer, altruistic cause. And it was just so good and so enlightening, and it was sad in parts, but you know what? We have to make that happen in Miami. And then the whole idea was that would be the model for the rest of the cities in the world. And it was just such a great film, and it was so disappointing how they just didn't implement what the people wanted. And that was what my point in the movie was talking about, is how 64% of the people vote for something, and the political people they'll decide what we want. Yeah. That is just infuriating to me. Just infuriating me. Like, who are you, the judge, the jury, and I can't. My quote of the week. If you feel an urge, go for it. The worst that can happen is it works out a different way. And that's true. What's the worst that can happen? What did I tell you to write down? That quote I told you to write down? You didn't write it down. I just sat right here and said, write that one down. And I knew you weren't going to do it. This is the third time you've done this, Jason. When I've been in talking, I say, write that one down. He's never done it yet. Not once.
I guess we can always go back and listen to it. We're going to watch it 5 times.
But you won't write it down. You got to write it down. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get my quote down. What was it I said, James? I can't remember. Don't take a victory lap before the victory. Yes. Write it down. We're going to put it in my quotes. Because I've got my quotes going. You know, I should put out a coffee table book of quotes. I have so many fabulous ones, don't I? My favorite being, don't deal with stupid. Okay, we had fun. Did we all have fun?
Fun today.
Okay, did everybody have fun?
Next week.
Next week we'll be here Wednesday. James won't be here. He's going to be somewhere doing something else.
And we might have a real big surprise in a couple weeks.
What's that? Oh, gosh. Oh, James wants to go film something really funny in 2 weeks. We'll decide about that.
We might have a special season
Go to my Instagram and check out my Instagram. Yeah, the season finale. Check out my Instagram and see some of the things I post from the house, and you might get a hint.
Yes. Go to Leave Like Miami on Instagram.
Don't forget to watch PBS tonight, and please share that. Go on your social media and tell people to go to PBS tonight at 8 o'clock and watch Political Animals. It's so good. good. You're going to love it, and you're going to thank us for it. All right, guys, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.